session. VSBA Business Honor Roll, Mr. Thresher.
All right, we don't have a big agenda this evening, but the one thing we talked about at our last meeting is selecting VSBA Honor Roll recipients. And at last meeting, we did hand out the previous awards that we had given since the year 2013. On the back of the sheet that I have you have in front of you, and I have a few more if others want to take a look at it too. I asked schools to give me names of local businesses or businesses that they've found supportive this past year through a variety of things. And you'll notice on that list that there's quite a few of our local restaurants, but some of our other businesses as well. And I just highlighted what the three that had the most schools mentioned. So that's why those are highlighted. And I guess the Fox's Pizza, which had the most, is one that I think supports our schools every year. They do lots of things every year, all year long. They're a great small business that helps us out. We certainly can award it again to them. We had not previously done McDonald's, which also supports our schools all the time, and Spelunkers is on the list as well. And we all support all of them. So we're very fortunate to have a community that pays attention and supports our schools and our children all the time. And this is just a nice example that you as a board have done for many years to kind of just recognize several each year that help us out. So I think that the only thing I'd be saying this evening is let's go ahead and select the three that we'd like to do, and then at our April meeting we'll pass a resolution, and then in May we'll recognize it. Is that how we do it, or is we recognize? Yeah.
No, that's how we do it, I think, typically.
So it's up for your guys' discussion about how you want to handle those.
I'd like to see some of the state.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we should do all food.
Apparently we like food.
That's something, plus it's got encouragement to help them.
Sure, and all of these on this list are good supporters. There's, and that's, we have to choose three.
I know some order some pizzas.
Samples?
To see if they're hot.
It's a tough decision because every single one on here has helped our schools.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Walter Kluwer. I was just looking at resources and I wondered who
Are they
that
local?
is.
Mm-hmm. Their office, well, they have a local office, and then they have an office in Maryland. Several of their employees work from home as well, but the office itself is outside of the Episcopal Church, like around the corner in there somewhere. So they're a small business. And but they've come and done mentoring with our students. They have volunteered. They did a writing contest with their kids. They've done a pen pal program. One of the ladies in the business works in or lives in New York, and she has come down on multiple occasions for like our spelling bee, and they've done lots for us. So it's a new partnership, not an organization, not a business that I had interacted with before this year, but Carol Ann Fox contacted us and wanted to partner specifically with us because we were so close to their office. So they've done lots of really cool things. What they have, one of the ladies is working with our librarian for the yearbook.
You're talking about with E. Wilson.
With E. Wilson.
Do they work with the other elementary schools?
They specifically approached us about a partnership, like I said, because we were so close to them, you know, just physically, so their employees can walk right over and volunteer during the day and do things.
It would truly be nice to know, and it'd be hard to track, but, you know, like Southern States, Don brought that up, and it only has, what, is that Skyline Middle School, as far as Southern States. But truly, it'd be nice to know, hey, Southern States gave X to E. Wilson, X to Warren County High School, you know what I mean? That way you could gauge all the businesses that give kind of uniformly and fairly. But I don't know how you track that, because they could give it to the principal at E. Wilson, but maybe when they're at Skyline, they gave it to the band director. You know what I mean? So you wouldn't really know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. We certainly could figure out. to do
They
that.
would keep a record of what they give.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should. I mean, just so it's really,
So we have what you're talking about.
yeah, have an idea. What?
Yeah, the selection process has been pretty open.
Yeah.
About how it's been done. It's just been open. And you can see by the list, a lot of times we've
Yeah.
had people that we've had major projects with,
Right.
or long-standing relationships have been sometimes that's how it's worked. So it's just been on a variety of however the board's felt. So
It's given a lot of time.
it sounds like this group has given a lot of time and reached out.
Yeah.
Which has been nice.
Yeah. Totally.
Truly more extensively than any group I've
Right.
worked with previously as far as wanting to come into the school and do things with our kids.
Well, that might be a consideration. What do you think?
Honestly, I don't know how you judge it. I really don't. I mean,
Well,
you know, I know Fox's Pizza, I know they gave out like, kids that, I don't even know what they did in school, but I think it was if they were A honor roll or AB, they gave them a free small pizza and stuff like that. I don't know if they do that for every school, but if they
They do for a
do,
lot of them.
if they do, I mean, that's,
well, and they were
and I don't
recognized
even
in
know who owns Fox.
2017.
I know, but I don't even know who owns Fox's Pizza. But, and even though they're recognized in 17, if they continuously do that, I mean, I don't know that it's right or wrong that they're not recognized. So I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know the real
They'll
answer.
continue to do so.
Yeah, they
Right.
keep, you know, shelling it out and looking out for the little ones for us, doing the little things. I'm not to say that Pizza Hut doesn't do the same thing, I don't know. Or McDonald's gives them a Happy Meal or something, yeah.
Well, it would be nice also that whoever we choose, that we sort of get a list of what they have done in the schools and that's advertised.
Mhm. Absolutely, it's a good idea.
Can you easily do that? I can easily do that.
You can easily do
I got lots of good help.
that.
Delegate.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
could do
contacts.
that. So what would you think about Fox's Pizza, Spelunkers, and the Walter Blue Red?
Works for me.
Speak up.
Works for me.
I think everybody's trying to digest it and figure out how you,
Yeah, how you do.
how you do
We don't want to choose too many, it's sort of the loose stuff.
it. Yeah.
I think we said 3.
Three.
It's 3.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't have a long agenda.
I'm good. I'm good with those two.
So what did I hear? I heard boxes
Pizza, Spelunkers.
and resources. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll have a resolution prepared for our next meeting. We'll take care of that.
Listenings to all of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No,
so
there's not a bad choice in this
No.
list. They're all wonderful and been very helpful.
Okay, more board information. Request for county to appropriate proper funds for school capital projects.
Go ahead, Rob. Yeah.
That is mainly an informational thing. And years ago, we used to have a part in the packet when you used to get the big packets and have all that stuff to read. And it was called for board information. And we put things in there that we felt either corporately as a body you should be aware of or individually as board members. Wasn't really things to act on, but just to sort of keep you in the loop or keep you aware of certain things. So we talked about this, and this is something we just requested from the county. We've sort of talked to you about it, but just wanted you to be aware that formally we have asked the county to appropriate some money from what they have, what's called a proffer fund. When a developer or someone comes in and wants to rezone property or get something approved, they will give money to the county to help offset capital expenses the county incurs, possibly because of the increased demand for on the facilities or infrastructure, whatever, because of that entity coming. So this year in particular, we had a couple unexpected things happen. One which was the chiller that failed at LFK, over $100,000. And then back on June the 3rd, we had, during one of those heavy rains, of which we had quite a few this year, the boiler room, utility room, whatever, at E. Wilson Morrison flooded, and we lost a lot of the boiler equipment there and stuff and had to replace it. Now, we are insured for flood, but the deductible for it, different than our regular. If it had been a fire, we'd have had a $1,000 deductible. A flood, it's a $25,000 deductible. And then there was some equipment either depreciated or wasn't covered, so it really came out to $28,000 or so dollars. So what we're basically doing, and we've talked to the county and they feel that it's an appropriate use, is to ask to get that money back into our operating budget, because out of our maintenance budget, we fronted that money to get these repairs and things done. And they were certainly things we hadn't budgeted for in the budget. And in a very tight budget year, that could really make a big difference not having those funds. So there's an attached letter to this that you can read that Mr. Drescher sent to Mr. Stanley requesting the Board of Supervisors to appropriate that money to us. So we'll hear back from them probably after their April meeting. Hopefully they will approve that.
Doesn't the chiller at LFK, doesn't that pull an item off of the capital list?
Part of an
That
item,
was on-
probably,
I don't
yeah.
think that was that LFK chiller on our capital improvement list?
Yeah, it'd be nice if we cancel.
I don't think it
Not
was.
by itself, it was
Right.
there with other
It's part of
renovations.
HVAC or
Yeah.
something
Yes,
like that.
yes.
We would need to do that part.
So in
of it.
theory, it would reduce that.
Yeah, it would reduce the need there, so
Yeah. Makes sense.
another
Yeah.
positive reason to ask for it. They generally are our guidance on that. If they feel like it's appropriate, then I think we should make the ask.
I'm sure we put something in place. I know it was torrential rains, but we put something in place to be sure that doesn't happen again. Or look
That's a
at
good
what
question.
the
I
root
don't
cause
know
of it
what
was.
caused E. Wilson Morrison to flood.
Yes.
My memory is that there are some pumps and pumps there, but it just overwhelmed them. Now, we probably should check to see if we've put, and maybe that's what that additional cost was that the insurance didn't cover. I can't say for sure, but we probably should check on that and make sure
Well,
that's,
it's just like when we had the flood down in the maintenance building and food service.
Right.
There's really not much you can do. The
There,
whole,
you
the whole
really
street
could.
flooded.
that was a flash
so I
flood.
think there's some issues like that, that
Right,
if we have a
like-
building in those spots,
Yeah.
that it's worth it. You're absolutely right, Mr. Williams. It's a good way to, yeah. Don't build in the flood zone. All right, just wanted to give you that information.
Okay.
Any further questions or discussion?
Well, man.
Any further business?
Since we do have the media here, you have corrected the
Calendar?
website
Yes.
the calendar.
There are questions.
Oh, yeah.
I have an email.
Yeah, so we've sent the corrected calendar to technology. They're gonna upload it on the website. So the corrected next year calendar will be on the website momentarily. It said, it was the correct calendar, it just said draft on it. We're just putting that with the
And
official.
some parents
Yeah.
were concerned, I
Absolutely.
think a couple of teachers, that they didn't know that was the official one.
Brought to our attention, we'll fix it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Any further business?
No, ma'am.
Adjourn. It's a regular, what, 17 minutes?